everyone. So here we are together to discuss a topic that nuclear family versus joint family. So first I would like to tell about what is nuclear family. Nuclear family is that family where couples and their dependent children live with them, and the joint family is that their relation and their uncle, aunt, and grandmother live with the couple, and they have their own security and their own house with some restrictions on their children, just like on their children, just like in on family. Just they have to do a lot of things with the permission of the whole family. But in nuclear family, you can see that if you want to do anything, there is no need to tell about anything to grandmother and to your grandfather. You have to just ask for each and everything for their parents. Thank you.
Basically, what you mean to say is nuclear family is way better than joint family. Joint family is the basic foundation of our Indian society, where each and everybody in the family live together. So it has many benefit. First is the moral support. Basically, the families, they live separately. The problem which is existing there, children, they are not taken care properly. They have to be depend upon the maids, servants. So like in the metro cities, we easily found this culture where husband and wife both are working, and nobody is there to take care of the children at their home. So that's a common problem. The generation, if we want to train them behaviorally, so we need to have a good support of our grandparents.
Yes.
So if the families turns from joint to separate, that is why we are needing old age houses, because the parents, they do not have anyone to share their experience, and it is priceless, valuable. After making mistakes and after experiencing the things, they have something valuable to give to the children. So nourishment of the children, that can be done properly if children especially, they live in the joint family. I think separate family culture that exists in the metro cities or the advanced society, where the people, they are more cautious about their freedom. But in the backward areas, where you see like 40% of our land mass of India, that is existing in the cities, but rest of the 60% majority of our population, that belongs to underdeveloped area, villages, where you usually find the families are in joint portion. So it is fine. Looking at the Indian culture, what is your opinion, guys? Like, anybody can speak anything on this. We are not going to give the separate views, right? Anybody wants to speak anything can go for it.
I think in joint family living is good, because when couples are both are doing job, and their children are too much small, and so the grandparents should help them to just take care of their children, because they if they take care of the children, they can easily do the job, as well as the uh, uh, as well they can maintain the home also. But if we talk about nuclear family, so when they are just living alone and they are doing job, they have to just uh, uh, drop their children in the kindergarten schools, where we can hear so many cases that the injections and drugs are giving to the children so they can sleep. So it is very harmful for their health. So if we live with a joint family, there will be a support, and uh, there should be a there should be a proper maintenance of the health of the children, as well as the support for the women who are working outside also.
But in joint family, there are many arguments between the peoples. Women argued for the household works, but in nuclear family, there are no argument, because it consists only three people, and the women who live in a nuclear family, they know that they have to do all the work. And in joint family, we if we doing something new, so we are going to take everyone's permission. But in nuclear family, we don't want to take everyone's permission.
Sir, according to me, nuclear family is like a mini shop and joint family is like a big farm, because sir, we can see in nuclear family, if we have to live, so we should uh, we should divide our tasks each to each other. But in nuclear family,
if you are living nuclear family and you have a problem, so you can manage without any disturbing. So I think it is the biggest advantage in nuclear family, and you can give a better opportunities your children. You can provide your children. And in joint families, I have seen many families, the women fight each other, so I think joint family is not good.
As she said that in joint family the arguments are too much. But if we talk about the nuclear family, when husband and wife both are living and they are doing job, and after the 8 to 10 hours job, when they came back to home, they are also fighting for doing the home, for doing the work. Like women are not capable to just prepare the food for after a long period of time doing the job. But in if we talk about the joint family, if she is doing the job and after she came to the home, so their supporters are so many, like her mother-in-law and many peoples are there who will support her, so she can relax, she can release her stress and do other works. So it is good to be in living in a joint family.
according
But but in Indian, every mother-in-law has an expectation from his daughter-in-law that when she come from the office, she prepare the food for us.
Now the time are changing and the mother-in-law become like a mother. If you are just behave to your mother-in-law like a mother, so she will also behave like your daughter.
But if a mother-in-law suffers from a major disease, then
So we can compromise with these kind of things. We can also arrange maid for these,
and the
because
same thing goes for the nuclear family. If the woman did not capable for preparing the food, so also she approach the maid for preparing the food.
these are the issue, not these. This is kind of a issue that women suffer from major diseases. Just like if she is capable to do job outside, but not interested to make food inside, so they can arrange a maid. They will compromise with these kind of things. This is not a major issue for them.
And living in the joint family is good, because when your grandparents are living with you, they want your support, because in old age their family is their main support, because at that time they are not kept, they become like a child, they want attention too much like a children. So if you are living in a nuclear family and you are not giving the support and the attention towards them, so they feel very bad.
People, they live in the nuclear family, they're also longing for the support of their parents, they're also longing for the celebration of their festival. They need to be together and celebrating the festival by being with each other. But some circumstances, some problem that arises in the life, because the time that goes ups and downs, fine, and the conservativeness of the families, conservativeness of the elder members of the family, putting restriction on the educated girl, they are newly married, so it is also the problem, because they want freedom, and you need to just liberalize yourself and give some freedom to the girls, because they are educated, they have studied in good universities, colleges, they have their own aspiration, want to do the job anywhere. So if the families are conservative, do not allow the girls to pursue their aim, so it becomes a reason of the conflict. Therefore the girls are from the cities, they have very tough time when they are married at the area where the people are conservative, especially like if they want to pursue their aim, they have their own aspirations, so there should be some freedom for the girls. And always you see in the family, if the clothes are worn which are modernized in form, although the clothes which are worn by the girls, it should not be awkward and weird. They feel comfortable, but it becomes a reason of the mocking for others. So it is the reason, but if the girls are decent enough, they should be allowed to pursue their aim. I have seen at the backward areas where the parents are not happy sending their daughters and sending their female members of the family outside, because sending them outside, male members, they need to have big heart, and where most of the people are conservative, therefore elders are not allowing girls to do job and to study. This is also the major reason girls after marriage they prefer the separate family, because they get the freedom there. And it is important in today's world, you cannot be restrictive. Like, if I think the joint families, nothing is bad in this if all the members they understand their responsibility, and one leader of this family is very strong enough to take the decision on behalf of everyone, right? And everybody should respect the leader of the family. If everyone does whatever comes in the mind, and if one or two persons are earning and rest of them are depending upon them, so it becomes like very difficult to live with the people. And always you see, if family members they fight with petty issues, they fight on petty issues with each other, so it is better to be separated.
Sir, fights happen when there is a two brothers in family. One is a elder and one is a big brother. And big brother has been completed their education in government, and and small brother completed his education in a private. So big brother thinks that if I complete in government, so why I am doing more? Because they educated in private and they will do the job in government sector, so they will pay more for whom, like if there are students, so they have to responsible of 50-50%, not 80 to 20%. That's why there's fight happens.
Mental growth of anyone, it is depending a lot on the environment and your surrounding. When you do not find the suitable environment as a married couple, when the environment is not suitable and decent enough for the upbringing of the children, it is better to separate, and it is better to start living alone, having some freedom, and both female and male they can earn fine. So like they will be able to give better future to their children and the generation which are upcoming. But if you live at the restricted area where the grandparents and any other member who is elder, if they put some restriction, and for small issues they make a fuss, because of their religion, because of their caste, because of their prestige in the society. If male candidates they go outside, it is good. If female candidate they go outside, it is not good for the reputation for the family. So this small issues which are arises, it is better to separate.
Mostly people are love to live in nuclear family. The reason is that they are not separating, they are not compromising with their elders, because we see that nowadays those girls newly married, they think about to do job outside, but the grandparents and their grandmothers are not allowed to do this kind of job, because we already know that their thoughts are different from them. That's why they think about to live separate from the family of the boy. This is also the main reason, and the another reason is that the fight in everyday fight, just like in domestic work, they always fight for domestic work, just like I will do this, I will do. They will start dividing the household work. That's why these little issue become a lot for after some time it become a lot, because we know that women fight just like a war. It become a war sometime. We already know that in India, living in joint family it is just a task for all one, because we know that Indians think about that this is good for me, this is bad for him. They just separate their own mind.
The member of nuclear family are very few, and joint family consists of a related member of the family. So and every member has a concern toward an individual. A joint family, a joint family, a nuclear family, prospecting, prospecting, and mutual love and respect each others, and moreover uh, it is share.
I think if there is a mutual respect towards each other and there is responsibility which is shared among the people, then it is always better to live in the joint family. If people they don't understand, they become selfish. So like there will be fighting, as he said, women they fight, therefore the families are expected to be separated, and it's nothing bad in this, because everyday fighting that disturbs you, neither you can concentrate on your work nor you can concentrate on family atmosphere that is spoiled, and basically it is not good for the children when they see the members of the home fighting like cats and dogs. So like it leaves a bad impact. It should not be done in front of the children especially.
Mostly people love to live in nuclear family because they don't need to arrange a lot of things for their futures, because we know that holding a nuclear family, it is very good, because if a man and woman both are earning, this is a huge amount of earning. They have sufficient money for their future, because we already know that if they are living in joint family, they also have to take care of their grandparents, their grandmother, and many people they also have to support them by money, because we know that finally if their financial condition is not good, so how can they live in joint family? Because if they are both are earning in nuclear family, they can manage the whole thing, because they don't have a large amount of family members in their family. They have if their family have four members, so they can easily manage them. But if they are living in joint family, they also have to take care of their grandmother, grandchildren, and aunt, uncle. Many one are there, so it is good because of financial condition if you are living in nuclear family.
And in joint family we can we have a lot of time and spend together, and moreover uh, we and nuclear family consists of member children, husband and wife.
Living in nuclear families, it should not be confused with skipping away from the responsibility towards the parents and rest of the members. They are depending upon you. I have seen some guys after marriage, they leave their parents alone. Nobody is there in the family. Parents are in their old age, 50, 60. They leave both of them, and husband and wife they live separate. It is not right. Like you have some responsibility, not some responsibility, you have responsibility towards your parents and you have to fulfill it. Fine. So the family can be separated in under some circumstances where boys and girls, if they are both working and their job is far away from their home, nothing is bad, like they can live separately. If the quarrels in the families, it is better to live separately, not so far from the actual home, so far from the established home. It is little bit far. You can live at the rental basis and take care what is going on in the family, but you cannot run away from the responsibility of a son, right? Because parents they have done everything, leaving them in their old age. They live alone, no one, no children. So this is just a poisonous thinking. It should not be cultivated more. We see children they become modern, they work in multinational companies, and they are economically independent, and they have a standard of living in society. They feel hesitate keeping their parents into their homes, because parents are not fanatic, parents are conservative, less educated, sometimes not educated at all, but they have done everything whatever they could have done to make the career of their children. If after reaching at the age when son is married and women his wife, they both are working. So parents should not be left alone. I think if sons and their wives they become responsible, fine for the parents. We do not need old age houses. It is not the culture of India. Like when we go back into the history, we'll find out many examples, right, where children they live with the parents and the family is supposed to be joined. Although the time was different, the time is different today. But like running away from the responsibility, it is not the option. It should not be option.
No, all that loneliness is the biggest problem, and in a joint family, in a nuclear family, the old people feel insecure and lonely. So, if you live in a nuclear family, so you can stay your parents because they have brought you up. So you can stay your parents.
Living in a joint family is good because when you are living and when you are cooperative with each other, when it's come to trouble, when you are in trouble, so the support of the family is a very good thing because their support their support can be just like a gold because when you are in trouble and you are just tell them that what is the problem is going on with you, like if their problem is in any field like financial freedom, intellectual freedom related problem, so you can just ask him, they can give you the answer because they have the experience like your grandfather, grandmother, and they will support you in any situation so you can just come out from the problem.
Yes, she's saying right because we already know that if you are living in nuclear family and you are suffer from any financial issue and any kind of issue, because we know that if you are starting something new and if you are going for jobs, you have many kind of financial issue you can see. But if you are living in joint family, you can ask with any family member. So it's happened if you have a good bond with them, because nowadays we can normally we can see that real brothers and sister are also fighting for some financial issue. They don't have a good bond after marriage because of some, I don't know, because of some kind of issue is running on because of their wives. We can see that everyday fight reason is their wives are there, they are doing fight every day because of domestic work. But if you have a good bond with your brother, you can easily ask for the money. If you need you can easily ask because if your financial condition is not going good, that's why.
In the longing of achieving the materialistic success, people they leave their family. I think like up to some extent and up to some time it is okay, because you may have to go outside of your nation to earn something. You may have to leave the place where you've been living right from the beginning, going to the metro cities, establishing your business there. It is fine. Compulsions are always with the people. Problems always be existing, right? But in terms of achieving the financial success, in terms of achieving the success, you leave everything. The first thing is you are not saints, you are not monk. You have to live your life like a human. So you cannot leave the people behind, and you are not the freedom fighter first, like Mahatma Gandhi, Nelson Mandela. They left their family to achieve the freedom for the nation. So this is not the case with you. So for achieving the success, mostly I'm talking about materialistic success, financial success. People they unnecessarily leave their family and start living alone because they want to enjoy the success, they want to enjoy the freedom. It is up to some extent right, but it is not forever, because once you reach in the life, when you achieve everything, you have money, your bank accounts are filled with money, so like you have legacy, you feel the legacy of being with someone who is your own, relations of blood are never to be forgotten, right? When you are alone and celebrating any festival, you always are going to miss the people around you, because you know your parents and your relative, they actually believe in you and they supported you, they brought you up. Actually, you cannot leave them like this. You can achieve the materialistic success, but you have to manage both the thing together. This is the part of living and this is the art of living. Person, human, has associated himself a lot with the materialistic success and leaving everything behind. Sometimes work and money and materialistic thing become very important for a person who leaves everything. Like you see in the US and European nations, where the people, they achieve financial success, but they have divorce, right? So like you have to pay some time, attention, and actually you are a complete human being when you carry the thing together. The thing which are not necessary in life, you just leave it. Some relative, we have to leave it, but some important people, they have important contribution, they want you and you also want them. So like when you go ahead in the life and you just look back, if you cannot find out the people backside of you, you cannot enjoy the success as well.